Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I am continuing my series, maybe even concluding, see where the story goes. My series featuring the Tiny Supers superhero role-playing game by Bahr, published by Gallant Games. This is the third episode, and if you'd like to know how we've got here, please go back and watch issues 1 and 2 in this series. Before you do this, so there's no spoilers for you, okay? So I strongly advise doing that, pretty please. And in the meantime, I'm going to fill you in with where we're at now. So at the end of last episode, our heroes, led by Blink, teleporter, and ex-military, Phantom Avenger, he is a mass vigilante with many gadgets, and he's rich. And Geomorph, he can control the elemental powers of Earth. And Stonewall, he's a stone-skinned brute. But he's no dummy. He's actually a smart guy. They fought at a place called Eastgate Labs. I'm not going to go into details, but know that Silver Widow escaped with a component from the Eastgate Labs from the combat and made her way here. But before she did, Phantom Avenger threw a tracking device on her, and they, through the use of his AI, known as Ghost, G-H-O-S-T, were able to track her down into the subterranean tunnels underneath Eastgate City. And so that's where our action picks up, and they have entered into a cave that is lightly lit by phosphorescence, plus it looks like some kind of electrical power going on here. And so that's curious. Electric down here. We're way below the city. Yes. Extremely strange. So, Phantom Avenger goes, let me go forward and see what we got. So he's going to stealth his way up forward. And he has acrobat, martial artist. So because he is an acrobat, I'm going to give him advantage on this test to see if he can move quietly, and boy does he. So he moves to this rock, peers over the rock, and he sees some kind of creature, a lizard-like creature prowling about. And in fact, I know he was quiet, but let's see if it catches his scent. So they have keen senses, so he gets advantage. And yes, so it raises its head and lets out a hissing noise. And from the shadows step two more of its kindred, and it's initiative. Phantom Avenger says the time for stealth is over. He's like, they've sensed me. So in this game, you roll initiative, and if you roll a 5 or 6, that has a success. And if you have a success, you go before the opponents. And if you don't, you go after. So Geomorph and Blink are going before, Stonewall and Phantom Avenger going after. Okay, so I'll make sure, see if I can get a good place for my initiative. We'll run it over here. All right, the red die is the opponents. So, oh, he goes after, sorry. So Blink and Geomorph are first. So Geomorph, he's going to move, and then he's going to use his tier 2 power of Earth Elemental Control to give himself, he's going to bring a crust of rock over his body to give him some armor, because he has a feeling this is going to be a pretty nasty fight, and it's better not to take chances. So he summons up his power. And so it gives him 3 extra stress capacity before he is, it takes some damage off his normal stress capacity. So I will mark that with, I'll mark that with this. Keep track of it on his card there. All right, cool. So that was a move, and he summoned his power, and that's what he gets to do. Stonewall. He makes a double move. He gets close. He sees the things, and he moves right up on it, but he can't attack this turn. I'm sorry, it's Blink. So Blink has limited view. She can't see too far but she can see far enough to teleport on top of this rock to get a better view of things. And now in the dim light ahead, she sees the speedster and some kind of new creature wearing some kind of armor. He looks like some kind of crocodile man or something. So she's worried about that. And a man dressed in robes at a console, a very high-tech looking console. And then she sees this thing over here, and it is starting to glow blue. And she doesn't like the looks of that. So she teleported here. And so she's going to teleport. She's going to stay up there. And she's going to take the evade action in case she needs to do it. All right, so that was their actions. And now we go to the creatures. They go running. This one goes running after Geomorph. This one goes up and jumps on this rock and tries to get to Phantom Avenger. This one tries to climb the rock here. So it's snapping up at Blink, trying to get at her. This one's actually going to attack. It gets an attack on, and it hits for a point of damage on Phantom Avenger. He has Armored 1, so that reduced because of his high-tech Kevlar spiderweave suit that ballistic Kevlar that he's wearing. So it's 1 damage, so it reduces by 1. If it crits on him, it could take some damage. So his Kevlar vest saves him. This creature moved, and now it's attacking Geomorph. So it hits Geomorph, and part of his rock armor comes off that he summoned last round. And so now the other enemies, so Silver Fox, she can move, and every time she moves, she takes the evade action. And so she's going to move. She's going to move here. And it's going to be a double move for her, getting ready to take out, getting into a different position to maybe attack somebody from behind. Yeah. So she comes around the corner, she sees Stonewall, and she stops, and we'll see where that takes us. This guy starts pushing some buttons, and then another action is he gave both of them, he has leadership traits, so he gives them advantage on whatever else they decide they want to do next, these 2 minions of his. And this creature moves up, and it moves up again, getting ready to do some combat. So that's all of the enemies. Now we go to Phantom Avenger. So Phantom Avenger is in combat with this creature. So he is going to do some acrobatics up and over this creature. And while he's going by, he's going to smack it with his he's going to stab it with some throwing knives. And he gets a crit, and then he lands on his feet over here. And the crit does an additional D3 points of damage. So that's 2 more points of damage. So that's 3 damage. It has a single amount of armor, so that takes it down to 2 damage. And I will track its points here. All right. All right. And then he's got 10, and she's got that much. All right. So that was his action. And now Stonewall, he does not like the looks of that muscle-bound oaf. So let's see. It's just enough. It's pretty much enough. So he moves up on that creature, and he takes a punch with his metal-banded fist and his super strength. So he's doing 3 damage. Oh, my goodness. He swings and he misses. All right, time for initiative. So, yikes. So Blink is after, Stonewall's before, Phantom Avenger's before, and Geomorph is after. All right, so Phantom Avenger he needs to take this guy out over here. So he moves up on top of these rocks, and he throws a knife at that guy. So he gets 2 dice with this. misses. That's it for Phantom Avenger. Stonewall, he's going to get 2 punches at this guy. And he hits. And he hits. So that is 3 damage each. Reduced by the guy's armor by 1. So that's 2. So 4 damage total against that big bruiser. And then now it's the bad guy. So that thing claws him back. Nice hits. Try this, he says. So he hits. And he misses. And so he is he gets 2 damage with his claws. Stonewall reduces 2 damage. I'm going to give him powerful blows though, so he does a minimum of 1. I think that's fair. Stonewall, they heal their capacity, by the way. So Stonewall got that many. Let's put Geomorph here. Phantom Avenger, and Blink. Okay, cool. So that was that creature. This thing jumps and tries to... No, this one didn't like the fact that he got away from him, so he moves and he gets over and he attacks... he attacks Phantom Avenger, but since Phantom Avenger has higher ground, I'm going to give him disadvantage. And he misses. Then this one attacks Geomorph. 2 attacks. Oof, so that's a hit. Oh wait, they're only rolling 2 dice. Anyway, I'll call it 2 hits then. So Geomorph loses the last 2 of his rock armor, gets clawed away by this creature's claws. And then this creature backs up and leaps, and it tries, and it's hitting. It's gonna try to knock Blink off of there. So here's what we're gonna do. So he needs to first of all make the shot. And he does. So he hits her, but now she has a chance to dodge. Now she is she's a martial artist. I'll give her advantage. No, I'll give I better go disadvantage. I better go just standard test. Ugh. So she doesn't get it, so she gets knocked down, and this creature's on top of her. And I'm going to have her take 1 damage from that landing as well. And with the weight of that creature. So that creature's now on top of her, slavering jaws are dripping into her face. It's getting ready to bite her. She's trying to fight it off with all her might. So Silver Widow is trying to figure out who best... So she thinks the best bet she has is to keep Phantom Avenger off of her boss. So she goes up here, gets up here, and since she's moving so fast, I'm going to give her an attack. So she is mastered in unarmed combat, and she hits for a point. He's armored 1, which reduces all damage by 1 to a minimum of 1, so he takes 1 point. Okay. And he continues to do his thing, pushing some buttons. This thing starts to keep glowing. Soon, this city shall be mine, he screams. And so that is that. And now Geomorph, he is going to send a bunch of rocks right into the face of this thing that is attacking him. And since it's his power, he gets he's also going to try to snare it, right? He gets snare. So that's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to snare it. It's snare 1 because of his elemental power. It gives him a chance. So the elemental power, Earth, summons 3 stress. Earth, gain tier 2 blast power. And, oh, Earth stress capacity bonus. Oh, he gets more. He has 3 more armor. Sorry. It's improved. He's got tier 3, so he has 3 left. And then Earth here, you use the buckle, the save test or follow. I gave him the snare power, so I must have added it on after elemental control Earth, so he can try to capture it in like fists of stone. So he's gonna try that first. All right. and he fails on that roll. I could use a hero point to re-roll. I'm going to do that. And he does it. So that creature has the rock come up and grab it, and I'm going to give it a chance, a save test to avoid its, and he does it. So he's trapped in stone. Then he is going to just, he's going to bring some stone up on either side of it, out of the ground, and smash it into the creature. And he has powerful blows, so he does at least 1 point of damage coming through that creature's scaled skin. So he does a point of damage to that particular creature. All right. And... all right, cool. All right, so that was him. Initiative. Okay, so Blink goes before the bad guys. Geomorph after. Phantom Avenger before. Stonewall after. So Blink is going to teleport out from under his creature and behind this guy and smash him with her fighting batons. And she hits. She does 1 point of damage to it, even because she has powerful blows with those specially designed fighting batons. So that creature takes another point of damage. Then Phantom Avenger, he takes he is going to do an acrobatic move off of here and throw stun bombs to try to stun these two here. So he jumps down there and he's going to use a hero point, and he does it. So the stun bombs hits. They both have to make a save test or be stunned. So the creature makes it, and Silver Widow makes it. So they're both not stunned, but that was his action. Well, it's worth a shot. All right, so now it's their actions. He keeps pushing buttons, but he pushes a button and he sees Phantom Avenger, and he uses his mind control on him. Now, the way I have mind control set up, I think it may be a power I created myself. It might not be. I couldn't find the book that it was in, so I thought I did, but it might be in a book and I just missed it. All right, so he has to make a save test, Phantom Avenger. And he fails. So the next action will be dictated by this man. So that was that. So that's next round. It'll be dictated by that. All right, so now this creature jumps down and attacks Phantom Avenger. And he, oh no, it's only 2 dice, but he hits. We'll just say he hits. I got to start rolling 2 dice for this thing. So 1 damage to Phantom Avenger. So he takes at least 1. And then Silver Widow, she comes down and punches him really hard. She's mastered in her fists. And she gets another hit in. But, oh, it's a minimum of 1. So he takes yet another damage. All right, so that was those part of the room. All right, so this guy is gonna, it can't move. So it snaps a Geomorph, because Geomorph do not move out of the way. So it snaps a Geomorph and might actually hit. It misses. That makes sense because he's stuck there. He takes a second snap at Geomorph and hits, which takes off another piece of his rock armor, which was up to 6, by the way, as I mentioned. And then this creature bounds its stone. It's trying to find its prey, Blink. So it comes around this rock and attacks Blink here and misses. So I believe that's all of the enemy. Oh, no, big guy. Double claws on Stonewall. Boom, hit. Boom, hit. 2 more points off of Stonewall. Then it is now Geomorph's turn. Geomorph is going to move up on top of this rock. Yeah, he's going to use his power to have a rock pillar take him up on top of this rock, and then he's going to send... He sees Phantom Avengers in pretty much trouble. He's trying to decide what to do. Nah, he's got this guy stuck for a while. At least he hopes so. So he's going to move over here and throw rocks at that creature, trying to get its attention. And he hits, so that's 1 point of damage. Powerful blow. And that does get its attention. And now Stonewall takes 2 punches at this big critter, this big guy. Boom, hit. Miss. So he does 3 damage, reduced by that guy's armor by 1. So it takes 2 damage from that blow. The creature, or the guy, I guess he's a guy, hisses. Initiative. Phantom Avenger's going on the enemy's turn. So Blink goes before, and that's it. Everybody else goes after. All right. Okay, so Blink. She teleports over here and punches this guy. She's got his attention. She doesn't like what he's doing over here. So 1 attack with her fighting baton. So it's 1 damage to this guy. So he takes... he's got some kind of Kevlar weave on as well. So that's going to take some... it works more like her ballistic armor. So it takes off 1 of that. So he effectively has this many stress capacity. All right, so we're down to that. Okay. All right, so she's fighting him now. Now it's their turn. Phantom Avenger. He has Phantom Avenger. Throw a stun grenade, stun bomb at Geomorph. It's got a hit. He misses the area, so it bounces away and blows up. Or you know what? Let's see where it goes. 1, 2, it bounces this way. 3, 4, it bounces this way. 5, 6, it bounces back. So it bounces towards this creature. So it goes off there. That creature has to make a save test. All right, this poor thing is stunned in addition to being stuck in rock. All right, so that one's pretty effectively, for now, taken out of the battle. All right, so it's only the next action that was the mind control. He just clears his head and takes a swipe at the silver fox with one of his throwing knives. And he hits. Should just punched her, but that's all right. She takes a point of damage. I'll get you for that, masked freak. All right, so now she and the creature both get 2 attacks. She is mastered with her fists, so she hits for 1. So he takes 1 and punches for 2. It takes 2. The creature attacks. Oh no, creature rolls 2 dice and misses. All right, and a second attack. And misses. Well, that's good. So Phantom Avenger's is a bit wobbly, so he's going to have to do something here. All right, then this creature runs around, attacks Geomorph. Hits for a point. Takes off another one of his armor from his stone armor. And this guy takes 2 swings at Stonewall, hit for a point, and hit for another point. So 2 damage off of Stonewall. All right. This thing tries to break free. Cannot break free, so it can't do anything else. That guy attempts his mind control on her, on Blink, so she has to make a save test. And she fails. She's going to use her second hero point. And she passes. So, get out of my head. And so that was that. I think that's everybody. Okay. Then Geomorph. He's got a guy in front of him, so he's going to attempt to do the same thing with his snare power. Brings it up underneath it, and it has to make a save test or be captured. And it fails, so it is captured as well. And then his other move is to, I guess, get up on this rock. So he's going to move there. That's it for Geomorph. Stonewall. He's going to take 2 swats at this guy with this metal. Oh my gosh, that was almost a critical fail. Almost. Second swing. Boom, that one gets through. Does another point of damage to this guy. This thing is pulsing blue. All right, I think that was everybody. Let's go to initiative. Geomorph is after. Phantom Avenger before. Blink after. Stonewall before. Okay. So Stonewall's going to waste no time, and he's going to just keep pounding away on this guy right in front of him. They're trading blows. Boom. Hit. And then he's going to use a power die to give him 4 dice on this attack. And he gets a hit. So he hits him and knocks the guy out. So the guy is unconscious and down. All right, that's it. That's his 2 actions this turn. Next up is Phantom Avenger. So Phantom Avenger, he fires a cable, a grappling hook cable up to the ceiling and heads up. He's going to dangle from the ceiling. So that's because he knew he was in trouble. So he is dangling from the ceiling. We'll see how we get there from there. And then now it is, and he does... Oh, and then, so he's there in the ceiling, and he pulls from his belt a stim pack that he's designed. He pops in, it gives himself a shot, and he heals himself, gives himself some temporary hit points. D3. 3. All right. Where does he get all those wonderful toys? All right, and so that's him. Now it's the bad guys. The Mind Master... He's going to use his telekinesis. All right, so he's going to use his telekinesis tier 2 power, which is going to, you can hurl objects or targets. So he's gonna hurl Blink as one of his actions. She makes a save test with disadvantage. She makes it, though. And then he's going to try to use his mind control on her, so she gets a save test, and she makes it. Get out of my head! I warned you! And so that was that. This creature runs and attacks Stonewall. And hits. I give it a powerful blow, so Stonewall takes 1 point of damage from that attack, that vicious attack by its claws. And then Silver Widow goes around and punches Blink and hits her for 1. And that she has Armor Master, so okay. All right, I think I got that. Okay. Yeah, I think. All right, I think I figured out what her armor is. Okay, so he did it. These guys try to break out. They get 1 chance to break out. Failed. Second guy breaks out. So he breaks free of the stone. He is now free. All right, so Geomorph. He's going to send rocks just flying at this guy. Just going to try to take it out. First attack. Hit. Does a point of damage. And then brings another set of rocks around. Wham! And boom. Hits it. Knocks this creature out. the stones just, it covers it over, knocks it in the head with stones, and that's it. All right, so that creature is out of action. So that was Geomorph's 2 actions. Now we go to Blink. Things are getting pretty hot where she is here, but she can't take it. She's like, wham, wham. She's taking her fighting sticks to the Mind Master. Stay out of my head. And so she hits him twice. Oof, ugh. You'll pay for that, you wench. And then, initiative. We'll see about that. What are you doing here anyway? I am attempting to take over the minds of everybody in Eastgate City. They shall be my slaves and do my bidding. I shall control the entire city. Ugh. Not on my watch. All right, so that brings Phantom Avengers hanging from the ceiling. He's going to swing and try to land on top of this thing. Now, I'm going to give him a test to do that. Now, he's an acrobat, though. You know, I'm going to give him an advantage to land there. And he fails. I'm going to use a hero point. Oh, yes. All right. All right. We made it. Definitely made it. Hopefully these dice rolls are on the camera. Yeah, I think so. All right. So he made it. He lands on top, and he puts an EMP charge on top of this thing. But he is not able to activate it this round. Just get it out and put it down. So that is his action. Stonewall. All right, so Stonewall is going to pick this creature up. So I'm going to have him make a grab and use a hero point, and he fails to grab him. So he's unable to grab. So he's going to take a second chance to grab and fails. He is not able to get this slippery little creature. So that's it for that. The bad guy creatures, this guy tries to break free. He cannot do it, which is good. The other one attacks Stonewall. Miss. Miss. Okay. All right, and then Silver Widow punches Blink twice, hits, and misses. And, oh no, 2 1s and a 3, so it doesn't count. It does hit her for 1, so it takes off another one of her armor. Okay. And the Mind Master, he tries to control her again. She gets save test. She makes it. And then he's going to try to fling her to get her away from him, since he can't seem to control her mind. So he hurls her, but she gets a save test with disadvantage. And she makes it, man. She is not going anywhere. Nice try, brain boy. And then now Geomorph. He tries to capture this creature so that it can't move. So I'll give it a save test to avoid. And it is stuck. You go, there you go, big boy. He ain't going nowhere for a little bit. And then he sends rocks at this guy to do some damage and hits that as well. All right, so those are his 2 actions. Okay, Blink. It is getting a little hot here for Blink, but she doesn't care. She's going to hit this guy twice with her batons. Oh, and there's a crit. There is a crit. Oh, only 1 more damage. So annoying. So that's 2 blows to that guy. Second swing with her fighting batons. She gets it. Oh. And I'm going to use a hero point to roll an extra die. I think I could do that after I roll. Why not? It's my game. Boom! So that is a crit, which does an additional 2 damage. So she went, boom, hit him hard, boom, hit him extra hard. And that takes him down. He slumps against this control panel and goes down. All right, so initiative. Wow. All of them are going after the enemy. So Silver Widow says, "Until next time," and she flies out the back cave and is gone, not knowing she has a tracker on her, by the way. Mind Master's down. These creatures like wake up as if from a fog. They're like, wow. This one just kind of, it's like it tries to break free anyway. And it finally breaks free, and then it runs away into the caves. It can't figure out what it's doing here. This one is stuck. See if it breaks free. It does. And it looks at Stonewall, is very afraid of him. So he runs away too. And then Phantom Avenger activates his EMP, does a double jump off, lands in a hero pose. He's a poser. There, I made the pun. Is that good? So he makes Blake goes, "What a poser!" And then that's okay. So that was a request from one of the viewers from the last 2 episodes ago. Okay, so this thing, the blue glow starts to go away. The EMP blast took it out, so it no longer works. And they tie up the Mind Master, and Phantom Avenger stands next to him. If he even moves, he's going to clonk him across the head. They take this supervillain with them, and they're going to turn him over to police, and they'll track. They should be able to track the Silver Widow with no problem. So, our heroes have defeated the Mind Master and his minions. So, they've saved the city. So that's cool. All right, so they gather together, with their prizes here, and they're like, they take them back. They get back to Phantom Avenger's mansion, or to his skyscraper. And they're sitting around the skyscraper talking, and, well, Blink says, well, boys, I think we need a team name. And they say, well, I don't know, what do you think? Well, I propose. So, if you would like to name my super team, please give your suggestions in the comments below. I'll let you guys decide what their name should be, and I'll pick one from whatever you guys come up with. So please give me out some suggestions, and we'll go from there. Now, I am planning on, I'm going to play a couple more tiny D6 systems. My plan was to work up to like Tiny Cthulhu or Tiny Walking Dead for like Halloween episodes. And so I kind of want to do those in mid to end of October. So that means I've got one more slot open. So my question for you, good viewers, do you want to see more Tiny Supers? Do you want to see another Tiny Frontiers? Do you want me to run Tiny Wastelands? I think those are the 3 that I would suggest. So I want to run one of those before I get into the horror ones for the Halloween holiday. If you can call it a holiday, I guess. So let me know what you'd like me to do in the comments below. Once this video comes out, I'll also post it up in the Mage Hammers fan page on Facebook, fan page group on Facebook, and we can talk about it there as well. But I think those are, oh wait, yeah, so Tiny Frontiers, Tiny Wastelands, or Tiny Dungeon 2E. Is that what I said? Yeah. I also have Tiny Spies, and I also have Tiny Gunslingers. I'm not as familiar with the Gunslingers one, and I'm not that much into Western. So I guess if you want to throw Tiny Spies in there, but yeah, I guess we could do that. So we'll talk about that in the comments below. We'll talk about that on the Mage Hammer fan page group. So yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Once again, more Tiny Supers, another Tiny Frontiers, Tiny Wastelands, and Tiny Dungeon 2E or Tiny Spies. I'll get 5. 5 is a good number. So let me know which one of those you'd like to see. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have. It's been a lot of fun. So until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.